guys understand how truly passionate about this I am. You're lucky you might be
숨겨온 하루 시대로 유일한 나 primește fericirea Alo, alo Sunt eu, Picasso ți-am dat timp Și zâmbăit Dar să știi, nu-ți cer nimic Vrei să pleci, dar nu mai e Nu mai e, nu mai e Chipul tău și dragostea din tăi Eu amintesc pe ochii tăi Mai e, mai Alo, alo Sunt eu, Picasso ți-am dat timp Și zâmbăit Dar să știi, nu-ți cer nimic Vrei să pleci, dar nu mai e Nu mai e, nu mai e Chipul tău și dragostea din tăi Eu amintesc pe ochii tăi Mai Vrei să pleci, dar nu mai e Nu mai e, nu mai e Chipul tău și dragostea din tăi Eu amintesc pe ochii tăi
Ayo guys, what's happening? It's your boy Lord Kratos here again. I hope everyone's having a chill Sunday afternoon. What's up guys? So we got, let's see who we got here in the chat guys. Let's just check it out. We got Shiv, we got Essa, we got Savax, we've got Babe, of course, we got Tristan, what's going on? We got Rexy, Avisha, what's up? Alpha Force, and we got Raz. What's happening guys? So guys, today we got something a bit different. We are not gonna be, we got Bob as well. What's going on? So guys, what we're doing today is not playing Fortnite, right? I know my channel is usually surrounded by Fortnite and things like that. So, this is going to be a bit of an interview kind of stream. I would love for y'all to stay and, give your thoughts and whatever the case may be with regards to this, right? Because I do think it's a fantastic topic to discuss because let's face it, we've all at some point either been toxic or we have, you know, experienced it in some way, shape, or form, right? Your PC gonna look nasty because of that vapor, bro. My PC is all the way at the back, bro. My PC is all the way at the back. What's up, BYD? By the way, yo, Bob, what's up? Basically, the mods work in a different way now. You have to be top 10 watch hours to get mod, and if you're number 11, you get to number 10, you kick out number 10, and then you take on number 11. What's up, K-Tiny's Game? What's going on, bro? Must be nice having a Shiv. When you had a killer PC, bro, no one is saying nothing. Alright, guys, so thank you all for taking the time out on a Sunday to come out and watch me. And, I really do feel passionate about this topic. I'm sure that, people really, really need to hear the things that are going to be said and things like that. So feel free to jump in. Always feel free to give your comments, and no one is going to time you out today. Obviously, because it's a stream on toxicity, try not to be toxic. If you want to get your point across, but there's no need to be like, you know what, he's dog shit, or he's brain dead, or things like that. You just give your opinion, but then again also maintaining respect throughout this stream. Okay, so I hope that you'll understand how things are going. I'm gonna see if I can get him in here right now, right? So guys, firstly, while we are waiting, right, what is y'all's thoughts on toxicity? Tell me, like, have y'all been toxic before? Have y'all experienced toxicity and things like that? So let me know about y'all. Let's start from the top. Shiv, since you were the first one here, let's hear your thoughts on toxicity. After that, we're gonna go with Essa if she's still here. Then we're gonna go with Savax, and then Babe, also you can give your input. Tristan, I'd also love to hear your input. Rexy after that, and then Avisha, I don't know if you understand toxicity in the gaming environment, but you can give toxicity out in the real world, because I know you are an adult, so you know how toxicity is, like, representing itself out there. As well as Alpha Force, you can give. I know you play this game, so I'm sure you know the toxicity. Raz, same with you, and Bob, same with you. Okay. BYD Productions, bro, I'm 100% sure you'll know what toxicity is. Cape Town Youth Gaming, same, bro. So give me y'all's view on toxicity. Anything. It doesn't have to be on Fortnite. It doesn't have to be on COD. It can be anything. See, like, for example, we got Shiv here. Sorry, it's why did I say she? Sorry. That's my mistake. If he's still on here. Bruh, as you can see, Shiv is talking about FIFA, and Wano called him a coolie. Now, that's a very derogatory term, and in a sense, because, for example, we're not allowed to use the K word or the N word, and that is technically the equivalent for Indians with regards to that. So, yeah. So, guys, tell me about y'all's experiences. Tell me while we're waiting for my boy to join and things like that. I'll be reading out streams live, so please. Also, guys, I need y'all to Essa. So Essa, basically, let me know about your experience in toxicity. If you've experienced it, if you've shown toxicity, I want to know about y'all's experience, guys. Let's see. I'm toxic, but in Arabic. Hectic. I've come to Zroya, what's happening? I've come to realize that toxicity is brought up in any online game. The responses are always about muting it, but that means that we are tolerating it, not actually trying to fix it. Exactly. I'm probably toxic, but I'm sorry, but the random teammates I get ranked arena are so bad. No, I hear you. Zrai, in response to your one, 100%, bro. The thing is, this is why I feel that it needs to be addressed a bit more. It needs to be brought up more than swept under the carpet. So I think the thing of, all the methods of, trying to avoid it don't actually solve the problem. It actually, in fact, makes it worse because there's no response to it and there's no repercussion to it. In response to Rexi's teammate, 100%, because see, the thing is, people make you rage, and when you rage, then you start getting upset, and then you start becoming toxic. So it is actually a fantastic thing to talk about. Yeah, Shiv, 100%. um Avisha, me,
Bro.
I'm like toxic with my friends, but in a friendly way. No, no, see, that's fine. Toxicity with your friends is one thing, but obviously, toxicity in the whole of the SA community is a whole nother. So, guys, I have my boy Solar Peroxide here. He is the leader of uh, Optic Dynasty, and I've prepared some questions for him with regards to this topic. But first, before we get to the toxicity part and how everyone deals with it differently, and him as a clan leader himself of one of the clans that's been doing a lot in the community, they've been doing the most, guys. They've been clan wine, getting their name out there. This man has been working hard and things like that. So, Avisha, I also want to know your views on toxicity in the real world, Avi. So let me know what you think. Toxicity is essentially a bad attitude and behavior is an online gaming context. It is not uncommon for a player to feel aggrieved in some way and then lashing out in a bad way. No, facts, facts, facts. Honestly, the most toxic thing in Fortnite is probably clan wars. Yeah, to be honest, I won't lie. The clan wars that Optic Dynasty has hosted or played, I won't lie, I will always host these guys because whenever they host Clan Wars, it's always mutual respect between the teams. I think they set this out very professionally, and this is why I wanted to interview this guy. So yeah, what's up, Tas? For real, and I hate SA kids. Like, I in no way am I the best or in anything in SA. Kids only grief you every day and so cuck. No, facts, Essa, facts. Okay, so guys, before we continue this topic, right, we have 10 viewers in the stream, right? Solar Peroxide, would you like to introduce yourself and tell us who you are and what you do?
Okay, what's up, guys? Everyone watching? Kratos, how are you?
I'm good, brother, I'm good.
Good to be here today. Long story short, leader of Optic Dynasty, man. Clan was established in February of this year. Basically, I had some time. I had COVID around that time, so between myself and three other friends, Kyle Jacobs, Emily's, and Perusian Archery, we decided to start a clan. We were playing with some really talented kids at the time. I think they all were on console, and we said, hey, they look talented enough. They seem to be sweating in arena all the time. Creative warriors, mixture of everything, and we built, I'd say, 5 players at first, and we said we're gonna stick with them and try to get them as good as possible.
Right.
And it grew from there. It grew from there. We started beating PC teams with our console team. We lost a few, like against more experienced teams, obviously teams with PCs and stuff. But we never let it knock us down. We just continued grinding every week, trying to get at least one clan war in. If I'm not mistaken, I think in March we approached Mist and they told us that they're not willing to play unknown clan.
Right, right, right.
And we trolled them a bit on socials, and they finally played us, and we 10-0'd them.
Nice.
And that's where it all kind of started, and
That's it all
people were
started. Okay,
wanting
so
to try out and stuff.
so from what we before we continue with that, let's just read chat here a little bit because our main topic today, Peroxide, as you know, is going to be
It's toxic.
toxicity, right? So let's hear what Essa has to say. Soraya. Zoraya says that toxicity essentially is a bad attitude and behavior is an online gaming in an online gaming context. It is not uncommon for a player to feel aggrieved, meaning aggressive, in some way and then lashing out in a bad way. What do you think of that statement there?
Uh, I I think that's true, but I think a lot of this toxicity starts with the little kids who do it and don't think it's toxic. They think
Facts.
it's a little bit of a game.
Absolutely.
They think you pickaxe someone, it's a joke. It's they don't really feel it's toxic, and it's so much in their gameplay. So like when with
Correct.
me, I jump into creative lobbies trying to scout for players, and sometimes I don't even say who I am, and I just go into spectate,
Right.
and they just laughing and pickaxing each other like to death. And yeah, basically it gets more toxic when kids don't know each other and they do it.
Yes, yes, yes. So Alpha Force says here, to be honest, toxicity is just kids that feel like no one can do anything about it if they sit behind a screen and have egos and a bad mouth. Now that's what we were talking about, right? I call them personally, Alpha, keyboard warriors, right? Keyboard warriors are or cardboard gangsters basically. So that's what we refer to them as. So what do you think of that statement there? Because it is a big thing due to the fact that it is kids that are being toxic. Yes, you get those bit
Mm.
more mature audience that is a bit toxic and stuff like that, but it is what it is, right?
Yeah,
So
bro, it's I think a lot to do with the fact that these kids feel that you don't really know who they are. Like yesterday we
exactly.
played the team, and you went to game chat, and we were still trying to discuss why the team is wrong. And I
Yes,
had all of them unmuted, and one of these kids must have been like 13, 14. I think I told you at
that's
one part.
crazy.
He's
Yeah.
asking me, he's like, "Who's your daddy? Who's your daddy?" He's like, "Are you on your periods? Why are you complaining about this?"
Sure.
And and
What's up, Keenan?
from
Dynasty
from those kind of statements, bruh, you don't really. How do you expect a team who looks up to me as a leader, someone
Yeah.
talking to me like that with no respect at all? How do you expect any type of game to happen without some sort of toxicity?
No, absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
so I think parents as well need to monitor their kids playing these games.
Exactly. That's what we actually discussed on our stream with Don the other time. It's about the parents monitoring it and stuff like that. So, okay, let's put a pin in this, right? This toxicity thing. I want to hear more about Dynasty. You've been really coming out in the scene lately. You've been doing your thing. You'll have been 4v4ing, 1v1ing, making your name out there. How hard was all of this to start, and talk me through your process of like setting up this kind of thing. What is your criteria? For example, if there's clans out here that want to verse y'all, how do they approach y'all? How do they, now keep in mind that when y'all first started, obviously there's going to be some new clans out here that want to verse y'all and stuff like that, unknown clans, but also keep in mind that that's how y'all were treated against Mist. So keep that in mind when it comes to your answer,
Exactly.
okay? So how do
Yes, yes,
y'all
sure.
go through
Like
with this?
for us, we play any clan, which is obviously organized. When I say organized, that means they can communicate to us properly. So they talk to us via TikTok first, and then
Right?
they need to give us some sort of WhatsApp contact so we can
Right.
send them a message and we can be in contact. So if they do cancel, we tell our boys, hey, you know what? Training the 2 hour before the clan war training is over
Right.
and stuff. So we don't have to get like 12 kids to come and
Makes
play and
sense.
see who's the best and pick from there and waste people's time. But we don't believe that there's a small clan, there's a big clan. Everybody wants to be competitive and get to
Absolutely.
be known. And whoever wants to play us, like YNG or that was the name the other day. We didn't know
Yes.
these kids or anything of the sort. We didn't look at their TikTok to see how many followers. We don't play our clan wars based on that. We
No,
give
and that's
everybody a
that's
chance to play
very good.
against us.
That's actually very good. Tell me something. You mentioned TikTok. Do you want to give us a name of your TikTok so that maybe one of the mods
It's
can go and search it and then put the link in?
Optic Dynasty official.
Optic Dynasty Official. Okay, so
Okay, I think Keenan's watching. Keenan's actually in charge of our TikTok. He can put it there.
he won't be able. He doesn't have permissions. The mods can only. My girlfriend will find it.
Oh,
Don't worry. That's fine. So yeah, before we go to your clan again, right? I know we're jumping around a bit and things like that, chat. I just need y'all to bear with me here. I have a lot of information that I want to get out of Solo. Can I call you by your real name, or is Solo fine on stream?
Kevin is fine.
Kevin
Kevin
is
is
fine.
fine.
Okay, so Kevin, right?
Yeah.
That's how I know him. Solar Prox. I didn't know whether you wanted to keep anonymity or something like that. So I'll call him by his name because obviously we do have permission now. So Kevin is the leader of Optic Dynasty, right? And I want to know more about him first, and then we'll go to the clan, right? So, Kevin, I have a few questions, and please remember that these questions are your answers only, not on behalf of your clan or anything of that, right? So, firstly, what do
Okay.
you think of toxicity in SA?
It's a bit too much.
All right.
It's a bit too much. I haven't met. Well, besides, like that's why I said Phasma stood out so much for me because there was a game where it was a four. We won the clan war in the total score, but there was a round where it was 4v1,
Yeah.
and they could have pickaxed, and I assumed it was coming. And I clearly heard the leader said, "Make sure you shoot, you don't pickaxe." And that's why I said I really respect that team because that was a moment, and it was still early in the game, so they didn't know they were gonna lose.
Yeah.
And to me, I said that shows good leadership, and that shows a team that wants to progress in this scene, and
Absolutely.
they want to play other teams and not have a bad reputation. But
100%.
in total, the toxicity levels are too high, and I feel the reason for that is every team that I've seen so far, the leader seems to be like 15 or 16.
All right.
And I think that's the issue.
No, facts. So it comes down to the immaturity of the leadership itself, right? Which leads into
Yes.
like how the clan is run, right? Of course, right? If anyone would understand, my boy Tasia, he actually ran one of the better clans in SA at the time, XVII. Unfortunately, it closed down now, but he
Yes, I know Tuss.
yeah, you know Tuss, right? Everyone knows Tuss, right? So Tuss ran a pretty successful clan, I would say. Obviously, yeah, there were times where rage got out of hand and stuff like that. But when it came to the sense of respect for the leader and a respect of how the leader wants the clan run, I think he had that, and I think that plays a very important part of how things and how your players react after your leadership, if I'm correct in saying that. Now tell me something, right? You've been playing this game since what season?
Uh, chapter 2, the beginning of chapter 2.
Beginning of chapter 2, right? So now I want your honest
Yep.
answers here, right? Like I mean, we've all been toxic at some point. We've all had someone being toxic towards us, right? Now this question is specifically for you, and be honest, right? Have you ever
Yep.
have you been, or has anyone been toxic to you?
Both, yes.
Right. I appreciate your honest answer. Please do elaborate and tell me when you were toxic. What is the main cause of that? Like, for example, what led you to be toxic? Well, obviously, you're not just gonna wake up one day and just choose to be Okay, let me stop because that's what I do every day. I'm joking. Like obviously, you woke up the day you were normal. You came onto the game to relax, have fun, and then what triggered you? What was the person? What did the person say, or what happened that triggered you? Get some water, please, bro.
I think just competitiveness and social media as well.
Right,
So being the leader
competitiveness.
of a clan, when you go into creativeful and someone kills solo peroxide, and I'm not the best Fortnite player
Right.
ever, I've never claimed that. And they go out on social media and they want to make a clip of it, or they want to call you out and say you're a bot
Right.
and that kind of stuff. And then you kind of know which custom match they're going into next,
Right.
and then you want to kind of go
You
there
kind
and
of want
get
to get them back.
you
No. So you would say
it
revenge
is that kind
and
of competitive.
so like kind of
Yes,
like
I've never
revenge
kept
and getting
anyone
your name back out of the dog box, basically, is what you're saying. Like the failure of
Exactly.
embarrassment, meaning you don't like to be embarrassed.
Exactly, but it all starts from somewhere. I think, especially with the fame given to these like clipping people with the pickaxe and on
Yeah.
social media, and it does embarrass you sometimes that as a clan leader, people just want to kill you all the time. That's why I try
Oh,
not to play
facts.
customs anymore, because if you're in the kill feed, or if you thank the bus driver, like there's 3 other teams there, like, okay, that's solo peroxide, let's see where we can find him, let's see if the streamer's spectating him,
Right.
and it makes it kind of unenjoyable at times, and you get killed,
Correct.
and you get
And then you don't
teabagged,
enjoy
and then
yourself, and then you start
carried
to
around.
get a bit enraged. So Zaraya says,
yeah, and I'm also
go ahead, and you also?
I said I'm also very competitive, so
Oh,
if someone
facts.
does do that to me, I'm most probably gonna go back in the next game
and try kill them.
and try and do it
Oh no,
back
no,
again.
that's
Yeah,
not that's
exactly.
natural. We all do that. I wouldn't see that as toxic.
Yeah,
I'll see that as, you know what, I can do that as well. You get what I'm saying? So
yeah,
let's go to what Zariah said.
exactly.
Zariah says, sure, we have the kiddies doing. The question is, where do you get it from? It's the guys that they look up to, the pros in like inverted commas, who start the behavior and the kids emulate it. So I want to know now, right? With regards to that statement there, how do you think the SA pros or the SA tier, the high tier content creators and pros have an effect on the little ones growing up in this game or coming to pass in this game? What do you think
I
they
think they
have
have
an
a.
impact
I
with?
think I think they have a huge impact on them. The top tier pros and top tier content creators, they do, and they're doing a good job. I feel the actual gaming organizations aren't doing the best job.
The gaming organization.
My
I'm glad that you said that, because that was one of the points actually that Zariah did pick up, and he did mention it in that in the stream that we did with Don. That what are the repercussions? What are the organizations doing to show that there could be a repercussion, there could be a punishment for this. And while we are on that topic right now, okay, what do
yes.
you do? You're a clan leader, right? What happens if your clan
Mhm.
is toxic or a member of your clan is toxic? I know we've been through this before, but we've did it in a personal capacity. I want to know, what do you do, and I want you to tell them on stream, how do you handle toxicity within your own clan,
Okay, so first of all, there is a suspension rule that we've started to implement,
right?
but obviously there's levels to toxicity. So for me, the pickaxing and the emoting, you get like a 1 week suspension. If
Right.
there's any verbal abuse amongst our team, because we have a fully formed female team as well, but in
Right.
general, even with the other kids, there's no coming back from that. You can leave. You're more than welcome to leave. We've already kicked, I think, two players who were extremely good. I'm not going to mention their names,
Right. Right.
but
Right.
when I say really good, like for the last 3 months, we've only been attracting really good players. But yo, the amount of slurs, like racial slurs that came out at certain times, and we couldn't deal with that. We don't want to be affiliated to that nonsense. But as I said, we with general toxicity, we will give our team, our players, a 1 week suspension.
Okay,
And
I
trust
hear
me,
that.
especially with kids, that's the best you can do for them, because they will be livid if they can't play a clan
Correct.
war on stream.
Correct. hundred
So
percent.
that 1 week suspension, like I'll be honest to you, I gave one of the kids a 1 week suspension, and when he came back, he was calling me uncle. I don't even know why.
That's respect. Right. Okay, so let me
Yeah.
just catch up with chat here 1 second, right? Just so we don't fall back. Um we got Esther says rages, of course, so rages do hand out to that. Could we open up his glowy? Unfortunately, we just chatting today, okay? Terushan, what's going on, bro? Zaki, not Zach, what's up? We got SNT Nest here, what's going on, guys? Zeroya says, she said I got the drip, wow. Zoroya says essentially the example is essentially the example set is the example that will be followed. So it's up to the big names, and he says that again in inverted commas, to start setting a better example. So I think that's what you were talking about, in a sense of where the tier one pros have a big impact on how the youngsters play and how the youngsters carry themselves out, right? He what's up Momo? What's up Dynasty Alpha? So he also adds on there and says, yeah, I mentioned it, and now I have 90% of the community upset with me. I want to see just one pro player come out against this behavior. Now, Zariah, this is the reason why I'm interviewing Solo Peroxide, because when we did have a chat off stream and things like that, this man seems like a very passionate guy who does not tolerate it from his players. He's had set rules, and remember something, guys. This man, I know it's sad to say, and please don't chop my head off, Kevin. He's just a clan leader. He's not an org leader. He's not, someone who's super well known in the community. And he, with his, I'm gonna call it a small clan for now, right? In comparison, obviously, Kevin, with due respect to orgs, right? Um,
Yeah,
with
no
his
problem.
small clan, he has steps in place and repercussions in place for the toxicity in his clan. Now, this is what I don't understand. If a clan leader can do it, why not an org leader? Why not someone who has so much more influence, who has like 3,000, 4,000 followers in the community? Why can't they do it? Why can't they approach the situation just like this man? I mean, he's putting his head out in the block here and, talking about the toxicity, and it's not easy. And I salute you for doing it, Kevin. Really, I really do, because it's not easy to come out here and talk about toxicity in ZA, especially with like, you know, um, having like this thing. So we have yo, what's up, Zamir? ET3 Fear comes out and says Solo is the best leader of a clan currently in SA. You know what? For someone like ET3, a player for ET3 to say that, I think it's really, really fantastic to know that he is known for being a good leader. I mean, not everyone may know you, but you do what you need to do. You get what I'm saying? Your name is getting out there
Thank
for
you.
being a clan leader, and I'm very proud of you. So Zariah says simply, simple really. They are scared of upsetting someone. I have a long list of people and orgs who will be excluded from any events I sponsor in the future. So guys, if this doesn't show you what's happening to the community in a sense of where somebody's willing to sponsor up and coming SA tournaments, and as you know, we don't have that many tournaments or funded tournaments from international, so we're trying to get whatever we can, right? And for example, I'm sure they're by the way, Solar Peroxide, Zeroya was the one that approached me about the female tournament that we're gonna do. So guys, Zerai, this is the guy that is basically gonna get about 20 to 30 females in this tournament for me. So we're gonna speak about this. I'm gonna get two of y'all in a call with me maybe tomorrow or so, and we can discuss it. Okay. What's up, Cosmic? What's up, Shredder? Quicks? What's going on? So basically, guys, I have another few questions for you. If you would be so kind to answer. What games do you play, and how is the toxicity on those games compared to others? So let's say you play COD or FIFA or Fortnite and stuff. Please distinguish between the toxicity in those games.
You asking me? Oh
Mm-hmm.
God, good chat. Oh me. I played Call of Duty. I think the toxicity level there is way worse than Fortnite.
I
Because
100% agree.
on the kill, the person gets that 5 seconds to talk to you, and 90% of the time it's racial slurs or homophobic slurs, and
Facts.
nah, no child I think below 16 should be playing that game unless that is sorted out. I don't believe the team should be opposing team should never talk to each other on a battle royale game.
I somewhat of an extent agree with that 100%. Because the thing is, see that part of the game, it was meant to be toxic, right? I'm sure the creators never think for a second that if they put this in the game, people are gonna be like, "Oh, well done, you killed me, you're just better." At no point in time do people ever say something like that. I mean, you get those select few. Don't get me wrong. You get those select few that will wait. What? So wait, hold on. Wait, 20 to 30 all-female tournament, right? So I will say this on stream right here, right now. I'll give 5k cash for an all-female tourney. Peroxide, do you see where I'm getting with this?
5k cash. Who's that?
5k cash. Now this is the guy that I'm talking about when I say he, for all those that call Zariah out. What's up, Don? What's happening, bro? For all those that call Zariah out and said he can keep his money, please don't take part in my tournaments. Please don't come and put your mindset here when people are willing to sponsor the environment and sponsor the community in
And
such
build
a
a
manner.
community.
Exactly.
Build a community.
What's happening
Especially
right
the female
now?
side of the game.
Exactly. Let's not only promote our this thing. And the thing is, guys, you gotta understand something. It's not just about the toxicity with males. you gotta understand, females also go through a lot with regards to this game. They got a lot more to think about in this game, in the sense of they have to now put their mics off, they have to try and not talk, and they have to try and play with people that they know and trust, with fear of being hit on, with fear of being harassed and things like that. It's
Exactly.
not fun, right? So Tristan says FIFA is toxic against your family. No, facts. I've had people swear my ancient ancestors and all got swollen, got swans. You don't even understand, bruh. So Quick says, I don't really play much of other games, but 4 definitely is most toxic. But in my opinion, it's not always toxic. It's really just the people you surround yourself with. Okay, so Quicks, I get what you're saying there. I hear you. Okay, what I'm trying to say is, how much can you? Okay, let's say a new player comes into the game. Now, a player that does not know much people, obviously you build your career in the game by getting to play with different people, getting to know different people. For example, myself, I was not a part of any WhatsApp groups or Discord channels and stuff like that. I had to meet people by playing random squads, right? Random squads, trying to join open lobbies, trying to play customs, and hopefully try and make friends there. And then we developed a play group, and I'm glad I did that, because in all honesty, I did not know Tuss when I first started. I never knew him. When I started playing with a different group of friends who introduced me to this person, and then introduced me to Tuss. And that person, believe it or not, is if Shredder is still here, it's Shriyan, right? Also known as Smooch on the game. He was the link between myself and Tuss. I never knew him. I used to play with Smooch quite a lot back there, and then he introduced me to Tuss, and that's how I started joining the clan. So that's what we're talking about. It's not necessarily so much of who you surround yourself with. It's more of how people act. If people acted right, we wouldn't have to watch who we surround ourselves out with. So then we have here, yo Shizzy, what's happening? Apart from Fortnite, Warzone is so toxic. Facts, bro, facts. Um, I found that Minecraft PvP and stuff, there's toxicity, Glowy. I have not played Minecraft yet, so that's actually pretty new for me to say. Peroxide, have you heard of the Minecraft server being toxic?
I've n- I've never played with it, bro.
Same.
I've just stuck to Fortnite, to be
Same.
honest.
To be
This
honest,
is
same.
where
I came from a COD
all the work
background.
I put in is, yeah.
Yeah, facts. Facts. So Shredder, please message me if you also want to sponsor a tournament, bro. I would be more than happy to host it here. I've lost count of how many times I've heard someone say, "Shouldn't you be in the kitchen?" to a female gamer. Now, see, that's the kind of thing that I'm talking about. How can you be saying that to another gamer, regardless of their gender, right? A gamer is a gamer, in my opinion. If you pick up a controller or you play on KBM and you want to just play the game, a lot of people play this game for just you know relief. What do you play this game for, Solo? Like, you come back from a hard day's work, what do you get on this game for?
Um, to be honest, I used to just play to chill with my friends and have a good chat.
Exactly. So the last
None of
thing
us
you
were
want is someone coming to the lobby and just started sweating your whole family, right?
exactly.
And
So
ruining your whole
yeah,
mood.
exactly. It was more fun for me playing this game, not being a clan leader, not being exposed to all that. But now, because most of my time playing Fortnite is actually talking to other people
Right.
about what we're planning on the weekend, and then you got to sit down and have a conversation with a 15-year-old
Right.
and try and get him to be serious about something.
Damn.
And it starts getting, sometimes it gets toxic from before you even do the clan war. And then you got to tell your team, like, try not to be toxic, and within
Yes.
2 rounds the other team's pickaxing, and then my team's pickaxing. And to be honest, I've got a 10-year-old little fear that's playing in my team.
Little Fear is actually
And
here right now in the chat. He says hello.
yeah, that kid is insane. I'd say one of the best console players in SA. Really respectful kid. He even when he does get pickaxe and stuff, He never goes to the pickaxe. His teammates will pickaxe for him because they're a bit defensive over him because of his age and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's for me it was more fun just playing the squads with my friends and having a chat. And now when it comes to the clans, I'm just all about the work and getting the boys ready and
Yes, yes,
getting their
I hear you.
minds,
There's a
their
lot more to
mindset
do as
right
a
and
clan
stuff.
leader, like more responsibility where there's very little time for fun. And I'm sure you understand that due to the fact that there's very little time for you to play, you don't want to get into the one game that you do get to play and then people are just, overdoing it with toxicity and stuff like that. I'm sure that's not fun for you, right?
Exactly. Like you go into a squad game, and I can remember it yesterday. I actually raged. I just put my console off
Sure.
because we played arena, and then you start getting teabagged straight away. But then
Oh my
you think
God.
about it. I haven't played Fortnite. I haven't played Fortnite in 3 days yet. I'm online all the time, and
Yes,
it's because I
yes.
can't play. I'm busy like trying to set up 6 clan wars for the weekend.
The past weekend was ridiculous, bro. I mean, you have been killing it with the clan wars. By the way, how did the clan war with 80K go?
Bro, they just didn't want to play.
Really?
They
So
they
they
just
pulled
didn't want
out?
to play. There was no contact. They didn't answer my phone calls. They didn't
Damn.
respond to their TikTok. It says closed there, but then I see another post that they're calling on another team.
Okay,
I
I'll
assume
see what
they've
I
looked
can
at
do
all our
from my
TikToks and our
thing. I'll try and
yeah.
approach him
I've
and see
looked
what's
at.
happening.
They've responded to our TikToks. Maybe they didn't have the best team at the day. I don't know. I can't make these comments, but I think the Fortnite, the teams playing each other needs more organization as well.
Facts, facts, and that's what we're trying to get. Organization will then lead to maturity, which will then lead to a much less toxicity level in SA. So Zrai says, I'm a clan leader twice over and will never do it again. Now I just play for the fun of it. However, bans should be enforced for toxic behavior, no matter who it is. Now, I think the part where he says no matter who it is, the main reason for that part, and I 100% will stand behind Zoraya in that state, is it doesn't matter who you are in a sense of how big you are in the community, who the hell you think you are. Zoraya puts it best when he says people who think they are God's gift to this game. Um, the thing is, I don't think that if you are the best player in SA, for example, if you do something wrong, I think there should be some sort of repercussion. What do you think about that?
Of course, we've been talking about running certain tournaments, and the thing is, with the way the SA Fortnite scene is, um, toxic,
What's up,
unorganized,
Frosty?
run by children, and the orgs themselves basically get the top tier pros, get them signed, and then on the weekends they're not busy. They jumping in lobbies and pickaxing themselves and pickaxing other kids.
Yeah,
There needs to be a sort of a body to look over what's happening in SA Fortnite. And
exactly.
the thing is, and like almost look at it at like a soccer system. If we got a scheduled clan more roster running, if we get 20 teams or whatever to play,
Yeah,
and or a tournament running, kids that are if there's a moderator for the tournament, and someone spectating and there's kids being toxic and all that nonsense, even if it's your best player, he needs to be given, say for instance, a red card or whatever in the next game he can't
absolutely.
play.
And I'll speak from personal experience, right? When I was in high school, I was well, primary school as well as high school. I used to play a lot of sports, right? And I wasn't by far. I was like maybe third best in in my team, right? And then
Hmm.
so the number one guy, let's use cricket for example, right? The number one batsman, he wasn't acting right, as in a sense of, he was doing stupid things, not being professional. Now remember, we used to go visiting schools and playing away, and then they used to come
Yes.
to our school. Now obviously when you're visiting another school, you want to maintain that professionalism as a team, and because you're representing your school, right? So what happened was,
Yeah.
this kid was doing all sorts of stupid things, and I remember it just like it was yesterday. He was littering. We all got sponsored like Jabba juice. I don't know if you all remember Jabba. So we got sponsored
Yes. Yes.
Jabba
Yes.
juice, and then that other Apple one, and all of those kinds of things. And then he just started littering on the floor, throwing things on the window, doing funny faces within the class because the grounds were right next to a class, and doing weird things and distracting. Our coach actually benched him for that match, and we lost, right? I won't lie, we lost because we lost our best player. But our coach felt nothing about it because he realized that as much as, yes, it's important to win, it's more important to set an example so that people don't follow. Because if he does it, right, and he feels that, what, I'm the best in the team, they won't push me up because they know they'll lose. Now that's the mindset he had, and the thing is, it wasn't about that for my coach or the leader of the team. It was more about setting an example. I think when there's an example set, a lot of things will end up being different. So Rexy says here, I don't follow all the clans and stuff, but does the toxicity start with clan wars? I don't necessarily think so, because in the past clan wars that I've hosted with Optic Dynasty particularly, I've seen little to none with regards to toxicity. It starts when the other team starts to be toxic. If you have two teams, opposing teams going up against each other, and they both understand what's happening and they know the level of respect between each clans, they won't be toxic, right? Chloe says, how do you join Optic Dynasty? You can go message him on the TikTok. My girlfriend will put the link again in the description. Go ahead and check them out, alright? Don says, at Zaraya, the problem is clans don't have the level of control over their players. So a lot of clans, Don, you're right, don't have a level of control over their players, and their players just run wild and do whatever they need to do. But it's the clans like this, and it's the reason why I chose Solo, Kevin as well, to do this interview, because the level of control and respect his players have for him, just over the past couple days that I've seen, is magnificent. I am so happy to know this guy, because it must have taken a lot of work and mutual respect from him and his teammates to have that respect for each other. We got Frosty, what's going on? What's going on, sadly? Dynasty Alpha says, best clan leader being interviewed, Solo. Hey, let's go, Solo. You got your fans here. Zaraya says, behavior 101. As long as the consequences for the behavior supports the behavior, we won't see change. Once the consequences are negative, you'll see sustainable behavior change. That is 100% facts. Because when people start realizing that their actions will have consequences, they will stop doing the shit that they're doing. But only if those consequences are enforced. People can say, you know what, you'll get banned or you'll get timed out. But bro, if they're not doing it, it's not gonna work. You need to stick to your word, exactly. Right? What's up, Momo? Tristan says Solo is a legend, bro. No, facts, Tristan, 100%. Don says, at Locreros, ask Solo Peroxide what happens within friendly games that are normally hosted between clans. What happens, bro? Do explain. So, and he puts friendly in inverted commas, by the way.
When you say friendly, do you mean like a friendly 4v4?
Something that was supposed to be friendly, and then obviously goes south. I think that's what it means.
You know what, my opinion in it, and people have challenged me on it and said so on and so on. But basically, I've had friendlies where we're winning close to like 18-0, and then the other team wants to try and start pickaxing when they get a kill. And I specifically tell my boys, you know, I just chill. They're really getting trashed. Just leave it as it is. The scoreline speaks for itself.
Facts. And I
generally
think
when it's close.
Go on.
Yeah, I think sometimes at times when I really do feel offended, and my boys are getting really like there's players that are trying their utmost best to be toxic and stuff like that. I don't put a halt on it. I tell my boys, you get a pickaxe, throw it there.
In all honesty, when it does come to that stage of where they becoming too much and they overdoing it now, y'all do take that leap and say, you know what, y'all also do act toxic at times. Is that correct to what I'm hearing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd say now, toxic to a level of where we're not gonna be verbally toxic.
Right. But in game, of course.
If you wanna, of course, in game.
Yeah.
I've also told my players, the best way to get over the toxic vibe that's coming from the other team is just beat them as best as possible.
Yes.
Let your toxicity come through your play.
Let your gameplay prove your point, right? Now, I
Exactly.
think we need to admire Kevin for this, because he can just be up here just saying all the good things in a sense of no, he's never toxic, or no, they never do that. But I appreciate him for being honest in a sense of he admitted to at some point in time we all crack. I'll be the first to admit I've cracked at times. I've been toxic at times. But there needs to be a change that occurs, and people need to take that step to change. And I appreciate you, Kevin, for coming out and being honest with us, right? We have here, oh, TK. So this is the guy from seven even or something. I think that's the clan, or seven Evan, that the seven Evan clan that wants to 4v4 y'all. TK, I've put their TikTok up there. You can message them on TikTok and they'll get in touch with you, bro. It's right above your comment there, TK. Dynasty Alpha says Uncle Solo is the best. Wes, you got a nephew? I'm joking. Glowy says, speaking of being pickaxe, I just got pickaxe now. So, I mean, as we having this conversation, people are getting pickaxe and people are getting toxic behavior shown towards them. Do you see how bad it is in SA and why we had to have this conversation, Peroxide?
Yeah, bro. It's not only that, Debra. It's sometimes the toxic is not just in the game. Like a kid will pickaxe or something, and I'll basically talk to him and be like, bro, you guys are losing. If you want to play it this way, my team most probably can pickaxe you every game.
Yeah.
And then you get the comments, the sexist comments, the homophobic comments, the racial comments, and sometimes it's like you just want to call an end to the game, even though you
Facts.
schedule the stream, you schedule the game. My players now, obviously, we're all human, we're all emotional.
Yeah.
They hear these comments and now they want to be toxic, and I can't tell four players who've been called the worst names ever
Yeah.
to say,
yeah.
don't
They have to
pickaxe him.
defend themselves in a certain extent, right? And
Exactly,
and,
but
yeah, go on.
my defense, my team will never verbally abuse another team, even if it's coming their way. They know there's strict punishment for that. But if a team's being toxic, and for instance, a few weeks ago, I'm not going to say my players' names or whatever,
Yeah.
but we played a four-man team, and one of our players obviously was maybe on console or something, but he wasn't playing his best game, but we were still winning. And every time I think the other team knew that this was a player that's maybe not as strong as the other three players, they try and avoid maybe like Bin Laden and Sherlock and all
Yeah.
first, and they'll go straight for him. They try to get him with the pickaxe.
Wow.
And I swear to you, he's not a bad player, but it mentally almost put him in like a mental block where he couldn't play.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm
It
not gonna
does
let
that.
as a leader, I'm not gonna tell my other boys,
Let it
don't
happen.
prevent that, or don't
Yeah.
don't pickaxe them back or whatever, because this team is just bad at the game, but they were trying
Also,
to
the reason why I
play their
get
mental
what you're
games.
saying is because obviously, as a team, you have to protect one another, whether it's verbally or
Exactly.
whether it's physically or whether it's in game. Standing up for each other. That's where a clan and team gets more bonding, in a sense of, you know what, we got your back. We're not gonna let these people do this to you. And that's where friend groups come in, and good friend groups, and that's where Quicks was saying earlier. It's the people you surround yourself with, and it is that kind of people that you surround yourself with who has your back, which is very important. Et3 Fear says toxicity is impossible to get out of the game. It is a part of any competitive thing. Sometimes it could be a strategy to put the other players off their game. Now, Et3 Fear, I
Yes,
hear
exactly.
what you are saying, right? I get where you are coming from, but the fact that you're saying that it cannot be taken out of the game is the part that I may have a bit of an issue with, because of I'm not combating you. It's just my personal thought process, and a lot of people have said this as well, in a sense of it can't be taken out. It's not about it being taken out. It'll take years and years and years for it to slowly fade away. But at the level it is right now, I feel that instead of dropping, it's getting worse. And that's the problem. It is getting much, much, much worse than what it should be and the level that it should be at. Competitive behavior is one thing, and being completely toxic is a whole different thing. Yo, Ginger, what's up? What's going on? Frosty says, what kind solo? Um, Don says, we all
Frosty, what's
done
up?
on all playing Z League last night. Yeah, we all played Z League last night. Then we got here, Leah says, when Dash and I were playing the 2v2, we got pickaxe, and the thing is that other teams was aware of us being new to the box fight and yet still chose to be toxic. Now, my girlfriend is very new to this game. She plays on number one PS4, right? My cousin is also super new to the game. They barely know how to build properly. They're still figuring out their keybinds and things like that. So it is a bit of a struggle for them. Now, you don't understand the conversation that we had and how mad my girlfriend was after that, in a sense of, you know what, they really tried to play this tournament, and, you know, people were just pickaxing them, and they didn't need that. It actually got to a point where if it was someone else that wasn't known to me and things like that, I assumed they were joking about it, right? But if it came down to a point where I would have hopped in the game myself and beat the shit out of them, in a sense of the game. You get what I'm saying? Like, we could have gotten really good players. I know a lot of very good players that could have literally gotten into that box fight and did the same to them. You get what I'm saying? Like, but we chose to move on from it, and that's the thing. Could you stream the Clan War Kratos? Is gonna happen. Where's yeah, of course I'll stream the Clan War. Don't stress. Um, TK, I mean, okay, yeah, not saying that they should have let us win, but being toxic and choosing to be toxic is nonsense. No, facts, facts, facts. Because I don't. If they wanted to win, they could have just won, right? Don says, please can you show the website creators and show my blog and ask people if they agree. Yeah, sure. I'll do it just now, Don. No problem. People always try to pickaxe me, so I try my best to get to not get pickaxe. Now that's the thing, Little Fear. Bro, the thing is, people are going to try and pickaxe. They do it for an ego sense. Now, on the sense of ego, right? I am a very firm believer, Peroxide, of ego sets the tone of how you play. What do you think of that statement?
Yes. You know what? On my honest opinion, I feel you can have a big ego about yourself, but you don't have to be a jackass about it. You know. I also feel when you're recruiting, for me, recruiting players, you can't just recruit. How can I say? Timid players. Your players have to have some sort of bite to them, and
Yeah.
that comes with the ego. But then you gotta, when you recruit them, you gotta work with them, and then you gotta get them to realize what the team stands for,
Correct.
and try to get them not to be toxic. If I recruit two players today, if I have to pick on those two players and say, I want you to join Optic Dynasty,
Right.
I guarantee you in their 1v1 tryouts or whatever, however we try them out, they're going to be toxic. It doesn't mean that I have to write him off. I can work on him. If it still doesn't work, and if he's just that natured type of person, it's in his nature, then he doesn't work with the team. And unfortunately, you can't be a part of the team.
And I think what you
But
said there is
I
very
don't.
important, because what you're essentially saying is you are giving people a second chance, which means you know how they are, but you're willing to give them a chance to help them change and give them a better opportunity. And I think that's a lot of things that people don't do, right? What's up, Nick? How you doing, buddy? So now Zaraya says here, okay, can someone explain the term pickaxe to me? Is this now before or after being downed? So Zaraya, pickaxe means, so let's say you get hit for 180, right? A pickaxe does 20 health. You can be at the end, especially if it's a let's say it's a clan war, right? In the previous clan wars that I've seen, if it's the last player and all four of the other team is alive, they would usually try and go for the pickaxe to assert dominance or show that they're better or show how bad that player is. Pickaxing a player, sometimes people do it because maybe the shotgun is not reloaded or the AR is not reloaded. That's understandable, right? Because you want to win, right? You win, you win, you use any method to win. But sometimes, a lot of times actually, the pickaxe is to basically embarrass them, because if you get pickaxed, it's seen as you are very bad, because as a decent player you should not be getting pickaxed. That's what they mean, Soraya. Yo, bro, can you read the message? I went before Leah. Sent before Leah. Wait, let me see. Tristan. Okay, I think some toxicity is mistaken for friendly banter, but there is a huge difference. Absolutely, Tristan. I hear exactly what you're saying, because that's what I was talking about, in the sense of comparative banter, toxicity. Comparative banter is like, yo, I can do this. We gonna beat your guys. We're gonna wreck you all and things like that. That's comparative banter. Not I'm gonna make you feel shit and I'm gonna post you on TikTok and I'm gonna embarrass you and I'm gonna, do things. That's toxic. If you're gonna go out and just be toxic and start swearing everyone and things like that, it's actually crazy. It's like getting punched in Apex, basically. So as Rexy said. Taz, what you mean your teaching wasn't enough, bruh? All I'm saying is, if you and Keenan got online that day, let's not talk about it, right? So we have TK said, I don't want to play Fortnite thinking I can't use my pickaxe on people. TK, the thing with that is, bro, that kind of thinking right there, it's not about using your pickaxe on people. It's really not about that. I think what we're doing is missing the whole topic, right? It's about the fact of, are you doing it to win the game, or are you doing it to be toxic? There's a huge difference there, right? If you're doing it to win the game, all on you. Better for you, well done. But if you pickaxe and won the game, does that now mean you must go clip that, put it on TikTok or put it on Instagram, put it on Twitter, Facebook or whatever, Instagram, and say, right, this guy is so bad he got pickaxed by me? You get what I'm saying, guys? That's where it comes down to. Apparently, I was embarrassed numerous times before and didn't realize I was supposed to be. That's unlucky, Zaraya. Zaraya says, I think we need to be careful here. There's a fine line between playing the game and trying to curtail the equipment you're given in the game. So you can't put in the motor. No, Nick. Let me start off by saying, and Peroxide, please stop me here if I go off on this, right, or if I'm wrong in what I'm saying. No one is saying don't show off your skills. Showing off your skills is one thing, okay? As I said, there's a fine line, right? Showing off your skills, showing how good you are. You can have an ego. You can be confident in yourself. You can always do anything to put out your content out there, because end of the day, we all want to grow, okay? However, are you doing it in a toxic manner, in a sense of, are you doing it for the need to say that you are better than this person, to make them feel crap, right? Or are you doing it to win the game? Are you doing it because maybe your shotgun or AR wasn't reloaded and you won? Or are you doing it because, you know what, this guy just got pickaxe, I'm gonna make him feel shit on all social media? That's basically what you need to discuss. Can I ask a question? Why is Clan Wars needed? Fortnite is about battle royale, and creative is meant to practice your build mechanics. Creative does not show off, show all of what? Does not show full all-round skill, meaning IQ plays and rotations. Okay, so Don, let me explain Clan Wars to you, right? Clan Wars was mainly brought to, obviously, just like how Battle Royale, right? Let me explain this way. How you get Battle Royale and comp, you get the players that want to win and 1, 2, and 3, who place 1, 2, and 3, and they are seen as being better or top tier players. Same like Clan Wars. That's exactly what Clan Wars are, basically. So what you're doing is, you are versing everyone. Let's say a clan is one person. Y'all are versing all the teams or all the other players, and you are asserting dominance in the sense of, y'all are now known as the best clan in SA or the best org in SA. That's basically what they say. Is doing an edit course and 200 pumping them toxic? I don't think so. No. In all honesty, edit cost and 200 pumping is not toxic. Obviously, they will feel shit after they die. Yes, that's showing your skill, 100%. Obviously, they will feel shit after they die, no matter what. No, absolutely not, Nick. When I've died, right, go back and watch my previous streams. When people kill me, I actually motivate them to clip it and put it on stream, or put it on TikTok and tag me even. It's not about dying. I say GG's all the time. because killing someone is a part of the game. There's always going to be someone better in this game, and that's what we need to understand, right? um Tristan says there's a big difference between I clip this bot and doing it for culture of showing people of your gaming skills. Facts, facts, facts. Right. Question. This
Facts,
is
facts.
right. This is the question. Are you
Can
in
I get
it?
back to that question?
Go for it.
I think Don asked you a question. What's the point of clan wars?
Yeah, go for it.
Um, well, it's not. It's about saying you're the best team in SA, but my opinions was like we don't have a server in SA. What's the chances of our top tier pros, let's say, winning actually FNCS on another server where they have total like disadvantage and stuff like that there? And why aren't we? When people say, why is there clan wars? Why aren't there more clan wars? I feel because that's the way we can start our own comp scene where people are playing on all similar ping, looking at sponsorships towards that. My mindset on clan wars and stuff is more the bigger picture than just who's the best clan right now.
Right.
It's
right.
about setting up our own comp sector here without our servers and stuff, and still getting it started, showing that we can do it.
Right. So, Don, I hope that answers your question. Zoraya says, right, question. Are you in it in a toxic manner? For that, we will need to get a definitive definition for toxic and what's allowed within the ambit of the game. So that the way he's posing this question, right, is what is your meaning for it, basically, right? So what are you doing it for? I think that's what he's trying to ask. Then Leah says, exactly, Tristan. I mean, we got clips of each other, but we're not out here posting and bringing each other down. I think that's what people don't understand, babe. When they post it, they're actually bringing people down in a sense of, unless obviously it's a friendly thing. Like, for example, if Tusk clips me, Tusk can post that shit anywhere, and I would not feel too craps about it because that's my boy. We've been doing it in anywhere. We've been doing it anyway. We got clips of each other, doing stupid things like 200 pumping, clipping, editing down, 200ing. It's amongst friends. But if you're doing it to someone that you don't know and making them feel crap about it, it's not good, right? That still does not set you to be the best in SA. It's not about being the best, like in that sense, Don. I think maybe you misunderstanding clans and how clan wars work. So, Tuss, maybe do you want to give a bit of an explanation to Don as to how this works and things like that? Because I think clan wars, essentially, everyone who starts a clan, right, wants to be known. And the only way I feel to be known is to take out or beat clans that are known. For example, let's use my boy CK as an example. If people are in creative, right, and they beat CK, they post it, they are now known as the person that beats CK. Let's use Reach as an example. When somebody beats Reach in a 1v1, they post it, they are now known as the person that beat Reach. When somebody beats Sway, same story, they post it, they are now known as someone that beat Sway, who is now the best in SA. For example, if Optic Dynasty was the best clan in SA, right? And let's say another clan like, can I use ET3 as an example?
Yeah.
Right? If ET3 beats them, they are now known as the best clan, or the clan that beat Optic Dynasty in SA, right? Previous, okay, I'll get to you. Nick says, and remember, if you clip them by showing your skill and posting on TikTok, that will help you show you're a good player and people recognize you. 100%, Nick, I get that. But clipping them is different, because remember something, you can edit cost 200 pump, that's a clip, right? Facts, I'll say that's a clip. But pickaxing them and making them feel shit and then dancing on them, is that really a clip, or are you just being toxic? Do you get what I'm saying, buddy? At solo, it's creative, not battle royale. Yeah, that's what he means. It's creative, right? Every clan wise is creative. You can't compare it to FNCS. FNCS is battle royale. Okay, so that's what he says. What do you have in response to that?
Well, basically, I was saying we can start our own competitive competitions here and our own sort of leagues and stuff like that, thereby getting these clans organized, getting a structure in place. And the more clans they are, the easier it will be for us to get that started. The more competitive they are. So it doesn't have to be fortnight earnings. It can be earnings within SA Comp, if you
Yeah,
understand what I mean, that I'm trying to build up.
yeah,
So I'm not
100%.
saying I'm not arguing that FNCS is a different platform from Creative Clan was. Of course it is, but remember, it's impossible to make earnings now because wages are completely taken out. I can't remember who asked the question, but how confident do they feel playing a cash cup, playing against zero ping players, and how confident are they're going to get consistent fortnight earnings? Whereas if we work with all these clans and we fix the issues and we get a comp scene running here, don't you think it'd be easier for these youngsters who are extremely talented to make earnings off SA comps instead of looking at Fortnite, which doesn't
Yeah,
even have servers here for us?
absolutely. TK says pickaxing Neymar and posting it is not being toxic because it's pretty impressive pickaxing him. Okay, so TK, in response to that, right, what I'm gonna say is, did you ever did you ever think of it from a perspective of Neymar, right? Neymar is currently regarded as one of the top tier 1 pros in SA, right? Now, let's say I go and pickaxe him and post it, right? Does that necessarily prove I'm better than him? Right? I could have lost that battle 14-0, but sorry, 14-1. But I showed the one fight that I pickaxed him. Does that now mean I'm better than him? Does that now mean I have skill? Maybe his gun was reloaded, maybe he got a lag spike, but does that really prove that, you know, I'm better than him? You get what I'm saying? Half yes, because we should remember we have a difference of opinion because we have different levels of experience. Opinion is driven by experience, absolutely. By the way, there's already tournaments happening currently in local EPS. That's correct. Zere players are literally making top 3 in cash cups and they're on such high ping. That's also correct. Don is more like my team versus your team, not who is more earnings or placement. Oh my god. Two. So to remove the gray area, rules needs to be made and agreed upon within the ambit of of playing the game as the developers intended. Now, I think with that, Soraya, when Peroxide, for example, is organizing clan wars, right? And I have seen like the screenshots and things like that that he's sent. He sets out a level of how this is going to take place, meaning at no point in time does he say, right, if you're going to be toxic, I'm going to be toxic. He doesn't even bring up toxicity in the first place. Okay, what he does is he sets it up in the most manageable manner possible and the most professional manner possible. If I'm wrong in anything I'm saying, Peroxide, please correct me. Okay. Why don't you give
No,
us more
no.
clarity in how you set up a clan war to make sure, or the best that you can, make sure that there's no toxicity in there?
Well, when we set up the clan war, we don't even speak about toxicity at first. We get to the point of first to 10 win by 2 box fight, first to 10 win by 2 zone wars.
Yes.
Um, Basically, we tell the team early that Dynasty goes team 2, your team will stay team 1, so it gets things going a bit faster,
Yeah.
there's no confusion. Um, and closer to the clan war, I do say, I'm going to be streaming it. Can we just keep the language a bit,
Yeah.
family friendly? Because we have kids watching as well. And
What's up,
let's
Nick?
keep the
Thank you for the
toxicity
sub.
levels down.
No,
And that's
absolutely.
about it.
No, go
And
on,
not
go on.
all the time do we get the best response, or um, sometimes like they'll give you that response and then because they're not really organized, and you're talking to one person who most probably doesn't even tell his team the information
Yeah.
I'm giving him, or something like that, because they'll still go on the wrong team and whatever.
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
it,
Yeah.
it it does break down
It does. It
a
does.
lot,
There's
and
always glitches and mistakes that happen, but those are small things, right? And I'm sure we can come over them.
yes.
Okay, so let's just get this out and let's drive back to our topic. It's not an org versus a clan kind of argument. We need to go back to our original topic, which is toxicity, right? Right now, what's happening is we drifting away from our topic. So let's go back to our main this thing. We're not talking about comp and we're not talking about all of those kinds of things. Let's go back to our original toxic original statements, which is what toxicity is. We got Tiren here. What's up? Neymar is one of the best players in SA. Show the skill. What's up, Francois? What's happening, bro? Creators for Fortnite president. Oh my god, please. If I was Fortnite president, this whole game would be completely different. Trust me. TK asked Peroxide if we're able to clan war today. Okay, so TK, the way I've seen them run their clan wars is they set up something a week in advance. So it's always they already fully booked for clan wars possibly. So you're gonna have to speak to them and get them on WhatsApp and speak and come up with a proper thing. Sarai says understood, but you are focusing on purely the comp games, whereas I am focusing on the game as a whole. You can't change one aspect and not the other. That's where I think Kevin, we should be discussing. It's changing the whole outcome of the game and the whole thought process of our players in any scene, whether it's the creative scene, whether it's the competitive scene, whether it's the comp scene, whatever scene is in Fortnite or any game for that matter. I think we should be changing the outlook of and the perspective of our players from there. What do you think about that?
Look, I feel if we look at it with like too broadly at looking at people playing pubs and stuff, I feel we're gonna get lost in all that. I think what we can control now, let's try our best to control that and keep it savory at that level. So let's work on for instance clan wars and customs now, and let's implement rules in those type of things.
Yeah.
And eventually it would carry over to people playing in pubs and stuff because it becomes more of a habit than anything else.
Right, 100%. So Don says he understands, but what is being said here is that their clan was being they are clan wars because there are no local tournaments. The statement is not true, as you know. Why don't the clan members enter in? Okay, so Don, I'll answer that, and then I'll have Solo answer that, right? Don, there's a certain difference between players in Fortnite, okay? And I'll be the first to say it. There's creative warriors and there's comp players. And there's content creators as well. And then there's also casual players. Guys, what we need to understand before we continue this and avoid all arguments in the future is every player is different. Some players feel very confident and creative. Some players feel very confident in comp. There's a lot of difference between comp players and creative players. When I say there are tier 1 comp players that will go into creative and get shut on and by an average creative warrior, it is not even a joke, because there's players that literally do not play comp at all but have the ability to, and I know a few names that I would not mention just to keep anonymity on. There's a lot of players that are absolutely destructive in creative, who I personally feel could do so well in comp, but they would not go to comp because they don't feel confident there. Then there's also a lot of players I feel who go to comp players, that is, who goes to creative just to practice but not to embarrass people. Now those players are not so confident in creative because the mechanics in creative and the mechanics in game is two completely different things. What do you think of that statement, Kevin?
I think that you hit the nail on the head there. Not all creative players can play in comp. Simply being because if you go play box fights, you start off with what 500 of each
Correct.
material or something. In comp, you got to think of your landing spot, you got to think of your rotation, you got to think about where you're farming, your loot is not guaranteed, all those things. And some of these players aren't really adapted to doing that because
Yes.
they are creative warriors and vice
Correct.
versa.
Correct. Now, Don, I hear where you're coming from. You're saying, then what is stopping the confidence? It's about what you're comfortable with, Don. For example, if you are comfortable in pubs, right? You're getting 10, 15 wins a day, right? In pubs. If I take you and go put you in a cash cup, do you know how differently you would play? Do you know how differently everything is in comp as compared to anything else. And I know because I played both. I play creative and I play comp in the sense of cash cups, and I've taken part in EPS, and we played trios arena and things like that. It's a lot different. What's up, Rome? What's up, buddy? So yeah, I think it's a whole different topic when it comes to why can't players play this instead of that if they want to prove something. I think players will prove
Face.
whatever they want to prove on the platform that they are confident on. In a sense of, if I'm confident more on FIFA and somebody chooses and they confident on Fortnite, I would say no, I don't want to play you on Fortnite. Come play me on FIFA because that's where I'm more confident, right? Um, but that's how I personally feel in that manner, guys, because it's a whole different kind of topic. Coming to the end now, right? Because we're gonna end the stream at past. Peroxide, is there any advice or any thing that you wanna let us know about with regards to number one, the game, number two, toxicity within the game, and number three, obviously, one of the main reasons I wanted to bring you on here is about Optic Dynasty itself. So tell me about your views.
Uh, I think in general, the game's doing well in SA.
Right, I agree.
The scene looks quite healthy. I think over in other areas and of the world and stuff, maybe it's dropped, but I think in SA, I think it's really it's still growing, and it's a lot of old teams are coming back, a lot of new teams are popping up. And remember as well, clans are not just there to clan war.
Yeah.
It's not as mundane as I think some people
It's to
sort
give
of
people a
made it
platform
seem
to
or
be
whatever.
noticed, I think, as well.
Exactly. So it's not just you're better than me kind of situation. It's also for teams to build themselves up, to start that slow transformation into into an organization, a profitable business, to get these kids
Yes.
noticed, to get these kids.
I mean,
Um,
everyone starts off from somewhere, right?
yeah, so that's another correction. I can't remember who was asking, but it's not just clan versus clan and over and done what we're done for the day. You're better than me kind of situation. It's for people to consistently play against SA players, to show how good they are in creative, to show how good they are in customs that all my players play.
Yeah.
Obviously, I don't think any of them have played for SA tournaments as yet. Um, I don't know, like I haven't seen stuff put on Facebook. I know there are a few, but like we kind of realize it once it's done. But yeah, that's on the clan situation and SA Fortnite. It's growing, it's good. A lot of teams getting affiliated and stuff. On the toxicity level, my stance is always the same. Uh, some of these clans shouldn't be clans if they can't be led properly by mature people. So
Yeah.
I'm not saying if you're young you're a bad leader. You just got to be mature about it. I also think the orgs who've recruited some of these top tier players need to put, I don't know, something in their contract or their clause, because some of these players seem to drop into customs or drop into creative lobbies, and they just as toxic. They're
Yeah.
just as full of nonsense. I think the content creators in South Africa is growing so much. I think it's good content coming out there. A lot of people, a lot of streamers and stuff, all of them, I think, don't like toxicity. So that's good
And
on the
that's where
content
we need
side.
to unite, Peroxide. That's where everyone who has an influence needs to come out and get together and, do things like that. Before we end, Peroxide, I just wanted to show y'all something. Don mentioned, we obviously, because we feel very passionate about it. Just give me 1 second. So because we felt very passionate about it, Zariah, Don, myself, Tuss, and a few others have gotten together, and we've come up with a website, right? That I will show up on screen right now. Give me a second. Just give me 1 second, guys. Okay. So this is the website that we have come out with. It's called let me move my camera, right? Just give me 1 second, guys. I apologize. Okay, you know what? Actually, let me put my camera off. Okay, so it's called FortniteSouthAfrica.co.za, right? This is a platform that was created for us to, you know, put out our views and things like that. You can go out and check it out. So Don has posted this. Okay, it's it goes across as toxic behavior, like bullying, shaming, and discrimination pervade the esports community, right? And he has put out a post already on it. It's how gaming has grown very big in the past few years, and as a growing leader in esports, that means him. Industry that exceeds 1 billion in revenue each year. So that means, you know what, it is growing in SA. So the esports team, esports environment and platform is growing in SA a lot, right? So there is opportunities for everyone solo. So let's just get that down and right first, okay? Then he
Okay.
puts something like stats and things like here where it shows where the toxicity comes from, where the age started of where the age where people started gaming is, and as you can see here, that's a huge 62% from 12 years and younger. And then age, experience, toxicity, you're looking mainly at your 13 to 17 year olds. These are your main targeted people that are the toxicity is being shown towards. And then you got your toxic prevention over here, like ways, you know, how to try and defeat it basically. So that's basically what we're looking at here in that sense. Just give me 1 second, right? So yeah, guys, as I said, we are taking this a bit seriously, and the way it seems is, and it's good to know that you got my boy Kevin here, who's also trying to implement it in his clan alone. So I challenge actually other clans to come out and, you know, approach me if they want to do interviews on how they combat toxicity in their clans and how they try to manage it in their clans as well. So yeah, I appreciate you, Kevin. Thank you so much, buddy, for coming out and taking an hour and a half of your Sunday to speak about this. And now, if before we leave, can you just give us a small outlook on Dynasty and what we are in for in the future?
Dynasty is always in a level of progression. We always looking for bigger and better things to do. There's a 16 team tournament happening, I think, on the 29th. I'll
29th,
let you
guys,
know
write
about
that
that.
down.
Kratos, 16 teams, clan wars. I think it's strictly box fights, but it's just for bragging rights. There's a few other ideas and plans and stuff in the motion for Dynasty. Big things happening with us. We really getting some attention on us, and we're trying to show the right way in Fortnite SA.
That's brilliant, bro. That's what we've been looking for, guys. Let's help our SA community people get up there and stuff. So TK, by the way, how do you message Peroxide on TikTok? So just follow him and follow the account, right? Message on the account, they'll get back to you, and one of the leaders will message you on how to set up the clan war and things like that. What's up, Spleeners? How you doing? What's up, Ash? How you doing? I hope you get better, Spleeners. Thank you all so much, guys. That is my view and my interview on toxicity in ZA community. I hope, Peroxide, if we can maybe set up another interview on this, if you have anything else to say and stuff like that. Maybe if you want to bring in
No
someone,
problem, bro.
another good way to do this is if you have someone. Remember how you mentioned before that they were toxic. You've spoken to them and they have, you know, gotten better at it. Maybe if you can bring that person in and then we can walk through their line of how they've progressed into not being that toxic anymore. That would be absolutely fantastic. I'd love to do also an interview with your team and your leaders itself to figure out where they going, what they doing, how their outlook is on obviously, because obviously this comes from a leader perspective, right, which is you. I want to hear from a
Yes,
player
yes.
perspective as well, in the clan, being there in the front line where the toxicity is directed towards, because it's a big difference between you sitting behind the lines getting shouted at and then them being in the actual game getting pickaxe, if you get what I'm saying, right?
Exactly.
Right.
The good thing with Dynasty is I'm not just there all the time. We've got like four other managers in place, so
Brilliant. I'd love to
uh,
have a meeting with
it,
actually all of them as well as your players. Let's get them known a bit as well. It seems like you'll have a lot of things planned, so I'm happy. I'm so glad someone is
thank you so much.
addressing the toxicity in SA, even if it's just Fortnite. It's not just Fortnite, gamer, Sprinters. It's every game ever. In all honesty, it's every game ever. So thank you so much, Kevin. I really, really appreciate you know you taking your time, and I wish you all the best in your future endeavors. Let's just put that out
Thank you
there.
so much, bro. Thank you
I'm
so
sure
much.
you know what I'm referring to, but you know what,
Yeah.
all future endeavors, all will
Well,
come to pass, bro. All will come to pass, and I
thank you
look
so
forward
much.
to our
Thank you
next
so much.
interview,
I
brother.
appreciate the time, bro.
No problem. Take
Yeah,
care.
we can set it up. Don't stress. Thank you so much, bro.
Perfect. Message me on WhatsApp, bro.
GG's.
Bye.
Like.
Okay, so guys, that was our you've been suffering with the flu. Damn, bro. It is getting that type of season, bro, where people are gonna start getting sick and stuff. Guys, just please stay inside if you can. Like, it's really like irritating. Like, go outside, like maybe to celebrate one or two things or things like that. On another note, guys, this is really, really good news. My girlfriend Leah has gotten her license today, and I'm gonna show it. She's gotten her license today, guys. So can we get some hype up in the chat for Leah? Let's congratulate her, guys. We know how hard it is. She went, and the good news is she went for manual, so she actually got it on her manual license, guys. So I'm super proud of her. As a matter of fact, that's why I'm dressed up like this. We are actually going out to celebrate. I'm taking out for dinner tonight. So yeah, that's why the stream was so short and things like that, guys. Please, can we get a GG's Leah or a well done Leah in chat before we end stream, guys? Come on, come on, come on. Let's go, guys. Come on, GG's Leah. Well done, Leah. Let's get it. We know how hard it is. We know how irritating it is, especially with all the corruption in this country. But yeah, she's got it. She did well. She got it on manual, and I'm proud of her. What's up, Tash? Let's go, guys. Let's go. Let's go. Ethan Chetty, what's up? I've been suffering from a blocked nose, headache, post-nasal drip, running stuff. Oh my god, this man has the whole COVID symptoms. Nah, no, it's not COVID, bruh. Chill, 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 Nick. You all good, bruh. Just take some Buscopan, take some Panado, and Vidos, bruh. This is the perfect weather to go sleep to, bruh. Hit a early night. Early night, guys. Okay. Guys, let's just talk about this really quick. And this is my last thing. I'm going to try and keep this under a minute. Guys, toxicity in SA needs to stop. It needs to come down, at least. Everyone should be waking up every day to try and, be a better person. Try to help one person not be toxic. Try to motivate that person to not be toxic. Try to not condone toxicity in any way, shape, or form, right? To be toxic. Remember, toxicity feeds toxicity. If you are toxic, chances are that person is going to be toxic as well. So guys, please, everyone, be safe out there. Don't be toxic. I love you all, and bye.